Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at ShockPaulo's Odd Mage. Odd Mage being a deck that we have not seen in quite a while. A lot of people were experimenting with it early on in the expansion, but haven't seen a list, particular list that's performed as well as ShockPaulo has performed with this deck. So I thought I'd take a look at it. For those of you who don't know what Odd Mage is, focuses on using Baku the Moon Eater. If all cards in our deck are odd cost cards, it upgrades our hero power. And the upgraded Mage hero power is 2 mana to deal 2 damage to any target, which is extremely good at maintaining board presence. Also gives us a little bit of extra reach on the board, which is important for a deck like Tempo Mage. And that's kind of what ShockPaulo has done. They've taken kind of like a bit of a Tempo Mage skeleton and adapted that to the Baku the Moon Eater requirement. So it's important to take a look at what we lose from being odd only. And so we lose things like Frostbolt, we lose Primordial Glyph, but probably the most important card we lose is Arcanologist. Arcanologist is a glue card. It really helps the consistency of the Tempo Mage strategy, one that plays secrets. Make sure that you can keep Arcanologist and Kirin Mage in your opener, and that's a very good 2 mana and 3 mana play. The Arcanologist finds you the secret and makes the Kirin Mage phenomenal. But we don't have that, and I'm not sure if it's because of that or some other reason, but ShockPaulo has chosen to only play Explosive Runes in Kirin Mage. I think that's one of the most important things we want to be paying attention to is this even worth running if we're not playing kind of more secrets, that critical mass of secrets. Yes, Explosive Runes is sometimes okay to play on its own, but ideally we want to be playing it with Kirin Mage or discovering it off something like an Arcane Keysmith or something like that to give us a little bit of extra value, a little bit of extra tempo. So we're definitely going to be paying attention to that. One other cool thing that Paulo has chosen to include is an elemental package, which I think is really, really cool. So not only have we got the premier 1-drops, Firefly and Glacial Shard, we've also got a Nightmare Amalgam at 3, and this helps us lead into Bonfire Elemental at 5, which is great, a nice big body for us. And Blazecaller at the end. Blazecaller doing quite a good job because one of the other cards we miss by playing odd is Fireball, which was our main source of reach. So Blazecaller is hopefully going to help us get that last little bit of damage through, create a body, etc, etc. Other than that, we've got a big supporting cast of typical Tempo Mage cards. Mana Worm with Arcane Missiles, Arcane Intellect at 3, Black Cat, which is always on in this situation. So looking forward to Black Cat Arcane Missiles or Black Cat Cinderstorm is pretty interesting. We've got Vicious Fledglings up in the mix as well. Favorite Flappy Bird. Fungal Mancer at 5, Leroy as well for a little bit of that extra reach, and of course Baku at the end. So as I mentioned before, the main things that I'm going to be paying attention to when we play this deck are this little secret package here, whether we should be expanding it or just cutting it all together, and also if this elemental package is effective or just a little bit cute. Maybe we can adjust that somehow if we do make some adjustments here, but yeah, we'll jump into some games and we'll see how we go. Odd Mage, not Odd Rogue. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm so confused. It was a good take. Nah, it wasn't. I paused too hard on that Arcanologist thing. I lost a bit of momentum. But that's okay. I just made another stupid love song. Climb back into the dumpster, legend. Okay. Here with another game. Up against Shaman.
You asked for it.
So ShockPaulo did mention that this is one of the worst matchups against Shaman, but we haven't had much luck with any matchups today, so we'll keep this. give ourselves the option to play a Black Cat or maybe coin out a Cinderstorm if we need it.
None will survive.
There is little time.
Maybe give our opponent
Happy
the
Midsummer
greetings,
Fire Festival.
see if they wake up. They do.
I see each.
They wake up with a turn 1 Glacial Shard. So we could have considered coining the Arcane Missiles there. Pretty likely to take the Glacial Shard out, means that they can't trade into the Mana Worm with a like an Earth Shock or something. I think we'll just take this out. That kind of play could represent something like a Lightning Storm. Make sure that they can... They don't have to rely on the 50-50 if they don't have spell power out. Speaking of... That does make things a little awkward, because now if we play the Black Cat, they're guaranteed to kill both. I don't know if I like just pinging here. So I think what I'm going to do... So we'll play the Black Cat, see what we draw. It's an interesting one. Then we can coin and guess we'll Arcane Missiles here. Gets us a little bit of extra damage. Alternatively, we could have like played Glacial Shard, frozen them, and attacked in. But with the extra spell power, we're pretty likely to kill the totem. And if we don't kill the totem, it's still more damage on their face. So hopefully this turn they're tanking on whether they want to Lightning Storm or not for with the 50-50. Seems like a good turn to fire off the Cinderstorm, maybe? I think I'm going to keep this Glacial Shard to... I guess it does turn on the Bonfire Elementals, but I think I'm going to keep it. Just to make sure that we can curve into these Blaze Callers. So we have players on turn... an Elemental to play on turn 5, an Elemental to play on turn 6. And it is a bit of a conservative play, but we can expect this deck to have Healing Rain and ooh, roll the Wrath of Air. The good thing with these Blaze Callers is they might not expect this much reach.
What to do?
There's the healing rain. Ooh. I was originally going to Arcane Intellect Glacial Shard, but this seems significantly better. Would they play a Volcano onto this board? I think they'd consider it. That's the main thing about thinking if we want to play a Glacial Shard or not. We do probably more often provokes a Volcano. This might not. So we might get a little bit of extra damage in. But also having the Glacial Shard allows us to, after we play the first Blaze Caller, the turn after we don't have to play the other Blaze Caller. We can play the Glacial Shard and, like, you know, an Arcane Intellect and a Cinderstorm or something. Which is good because we might not want to commit more onto a board with a Blaze Caller. Because that seems like a board that would definitely get Volcanoed. Then we have this choice. We can actually Glacial Shard to lock down the Hemet and play a Black Cat, so that's actually more on board than what a Volcano can clear. Lets us Arcane Intellect as well, so let's do that first.
Nice to meet you.
Dark spirits twist the trees, foul the lake, and curse this land.
I think now's the time to
I wonder.
go for the... They have the Shadow Walk, they have the Shadow Walk, and we're probably dead. Like, they can trade the Hemet Shadow Walk, it'll repeat the Hagatha hero power at the very least. They also gain 3 as well, because they've played at least one Skeeter. But we do have a lot of burst. We've got the Leroy, we've got the Cinderstorm, the Blaze Caller. Volcano. Only got a follow-up of the other healing ray. I think our only hope is that they just don't have the Shadow Walk next turn, but set ourselves up with a bit of reach. We could have gone for the Blaze Caller, but it's a bit weak to Hex, which we haven't seen. What's this? Lightning Bolt? Hex. Avalanche. So if we Blaze Caller them and then Arcane Intellect, what draws are we hoping for? We don't have any Cinder Storms, we've got one Arcane Missile, so we don't actually have a lot of reach. So maybe we just want to Blaze Caller Hero Power, set it up so that they die next turn if they don't have any kind of heal. Let's see what they got. They're so likely to have the Shadowwalk. It has to be one of these 4 cards. They didn't have it? Well, there you go. Ooh. Win on the board. Be back with another one.
Jaina versus Morgul.
Okay. Another Shaman. Not confident on keeping this Kieran Tor. I think I'm gonna send everything back. Hitting a 1-drop I think is a bit more important. Ugh. Come on. Treat me good. Treat me good, Baku. Ugh. Ugh. Dang it. Take this. That's right. Only 14 more turns to go.
Truth is found.
Damn it.
Job's done.
Everything about this cat is just... Ugh. Ugh. Shivers down my spine.
I will show you fear.
May as well. Like, as long as we put at least one damage on this, it's good, because it means it has to trade to do anything.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
I'm burning up!
We might be in for a game if we can land a good Fungal Mancer.
Let the pain speak to me.
So this looks like a pretty clear Volcano set. But maybe we just got to play into it.
Nice to meet you. Mushroom power!
Just kind of diversify our threats in case they don't have the Volcano and instead they have the Hex. So we get a pretty good follow-up with a Blaze Bowler here. Yes, they do draw a million cards this time.
Flames consume you. Nice to meet you.
Well, let's see if they have the other volcano. Lightning Storm? They're fishing for the spell damage? Yeah. Maybe they have double Lightning Storm. And they're just trying to see if they need to let it rip, but they do not. The other Mana Tide. Might be able to sneak in here with the Leroy.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Makes sense. Sit on a burner card.
Flame on! Feel the burn!
Admittedly, if they have Shuttlewalk here, it doesn't do a lot.
Dark spirits twist the trees, foul the lake, and curse this land. I will silence this.
Why do they play that Earth Shock?
I awake once more.
Unfortunate. So I guess they were pretty much always going to have a Hex this game. given that we let them have 2 mana tides for so long to try and get under them.
My jaws that bite, my claws that
Now, what does this do? They have the grumble so they can keep playing it. But have they played any... Oh, the Hagatha, of course.
my jaws.
I was like, if they don't have any way to actually remove things or a way to deal with damage, we might get lucky, but I guess they did play both Glacial Shards and they'd be able to play 2 Shutterwalks, so pretty unfortunate. We gave ourselves the best chance to win though, I think, by trying to just let them have the Mana Tide totems and try and kill them around that. But yeah, so I think I actually played a couple more games with this deck, but the recordings did not turn out very well. But I think one of the things that was most awkward about the deck was that secret package. You know, we were oftentimes hitting a lot of Curintors on their own or Explosive Runes on their own, and I guess that's fine when you're on 10 mana and just top decking or whatever. But what we want to happen with these is we want to play them turn 3, get a massive tempo advantage, and hopefully ride that wave. Ride that wave to victory. But unfortunately, with so few secrets and without the support of the Arcanologist, yeah, it really doesn't go off too often. So I think, oh no, we want to keep those Cinderstorms. But I think cutting the Curintors and the secrets is probably going to give us a bit more consistent power level. The other thing that was kind of interesting is there are no taunts in this list. And obviously in an aggressive list we want to be attacking and being aggressive and things like that, but our opponents could just so easily trade into our minions that just didn't feel right. So what might be interesting is getting like a mirror image in here, or maybe like a Breath of Sindragosa or something like that, some more stuff early on in the game. Give ourselves a bit more granularity, rather than just this huge chunky 3-drop slot. I think there were 14 3-drops, right? So maybe like a mirror image might help us early on, help these Glacial Shards and Mana Worms survive a little bit. I'd also like to see maybe like a Tar Creeper in here. Tar Creeper or 2. More elemental synergies. Same thing as the mirror image, help protect our early game stuff. And then maybe like an extra 5-drop, like a Cobalt Scalebane or one of the aforementioned 1-drops in here. I think that might be get out of here. I think that might be pretty interesting. Maybe like a Breath of Sindragosa, try that out. But yeah, I think that little secret package was just a little bit too awkward. But other than that, if you are watching this video on YouTube, all the links will be down in the description below. Including a link to the Hearthstone deck. If you do like the deck, or you've got some changes that you'd like to see made, feel free to drop a comment either in the YouTube comments or over on Hearthstone. Other than that, it's also got all my social links down there. The best place to hit me up is on Twitter at Tommy_wave. And until next time, I do hope you all stay wavy. Bye.